This is the first lecture of Internet IT uh, theory. So I'm going to start with the first chapter. It is about introduction to to IT outline. What is information? What is the information technology? Why information technology? Evaluation of computing devices. Types of computing devices. The Internet future developments. So what is the information technology? Here we have IT, which refers to information technology, is the application of computing devices to create the data, store it, and manipulate and exchange the data. And IT refers to an entire world of combined technologies, tightly integrated to deliver a service for a user, which means that it is like combined technologies tightly integrated, which is, for example, we have group of people uh, that to deliver a service for user group, a community, or humanity at large. Here we have why technology is so important. It helps us. Uh, sorry, yeah. So why does it matter? Technology is not just a means of career advancement, a skill set needed to survive in society. Technology can be a way to make an impact beyond your own life and accelerating change around the world. Technology is not a luxury anymore, it is a necessity. Uh, yeah, so, so information technology advantage make us more productive, saves time for entertainment, allows us to create things we never thought we could. Like for example, many think that nowadays many tasks can do it in in a second, uh, and it was before it takes a lot of times. Now with information technology and AI, many things actually. The AI and the information technology help us to do it easily and faster that we never thought we could do it individually or yeah. Easier communications allow us um, to be creative and artistic and save our lives. Technology and society. Technology changed how we purchase and consume goods. That means, for example, now we have lots of applications that we use it to for example, to purchase items and consume goods. For example, if for example, Amazon, it is like here we have Amazon. So so here this application which is called Amazon, it has a lots of uh, it has lots of items and many categories that you can choose it and you can also see and you can purchase items and consume goods and and with this thing the advantage of of this application that you can see the items virtuality um, so you can see the details and that help us to be sure that we choose the right items that we want and yeah. So here sharing a resource using networks instead of owning it, for instance, cars, homes, etc. Different marketing strategies, which is QR. You have to know that QR refers to quick response, codes, mobile coupons, digital media marketing, online shopping, payment. Technology impact on health helps develop and deliver vaccines, prosthetic device and 3D printers, limbs, which in this picture, you can find that they made a home with you by using a 3D printer. Impact on environment. The cell phone was built in atmospheric sensors alert scientists of new trends in environment. For example, the phones, watches now, smart watches. It has information. It has sensor or the what we call it uh, with built-in atmospheric sensors that help us to know the weather, the temperature, you can say humidity, anything that related to environment. So it has impact on environment and also on art, creating digital painting, 3D modeling tools, generating images from prompts. Technology impact on science and engineering. How for science, uh, for science, scientists can use the the, the, the technology uh, to use. Yeah, they can use a simulation. For example, this image is um, yeah. So this picture is about simulation of laboratory, which has some chemicals, substances. So they can use whatever they want, add, drop anything, yeah, so we can change them, and we can invent, for example, vaccines or anything that can help us on on the major of of science and engineering. Also, here it is it's about simulation of a car, or you can say help us to know the the problems, anything that we have to develop their cars. I mean, the engineer, the engineers. So virtual experiment, as we said, scientific simulations, computationally intense modeling software. And back to on education, which is we have nowadays ChatGPT, Blackboard, yeah, to introduction of interactive and collaborative tools to engage students, intelligent individualized learning plans, plagiarism checkers, which is, for example, this one, which is called Turnitin. They know if a student use anything, for example, for ChatGPT, or he's cheating or something. Yeah, as we said, they can know uh, whether the student is cheating or not by using ChatGPT. They check nowadays we have, and every time, and we can say every day, the technology is it has developed, and each days we see many of applications, websites uh, that the scientist can say, I don't know, yeah, but yeah, we can say that every time, every day, the life is developing. Yeah, becoming computer literate, 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 literate. I can't pronounce. I'm sorry for that, but it is to understanding uh, capabilities and limitations of computers, and knowing how to use computer wisely, safely, and efficiently enables you to make informed purchasing decisions, understand ethical, legal, and societal or social, I'm sorry, social implications of technology. Here he said you can avoid falling prey to hackers and viruses because you are aware of how they operate, you know how to protect yourself from identity theft. You can separate the real privacy and security risks from things you don't have to worry about. You know how to find information and use them effectively. Effectively. You can avoid being overwhelmed by spam, adware, and spyware, and you can you can know how to diagnose and fix problems with hardware and software. Here we start the journey of modern computers, generation zero, mechanical computers. Here we have the first computers. It was made by this man who's um, who's recognized as a father of computing, who invented the analytical engine, and he was having um, like an image of of how the computers nowadays will be, and how it will be working. So he said every computer in use today follows the basic plan laid out by Charles Babbage. The journey to modern computers, first generation computers, it is important to know the states that was it was from 1939 to 1955, used, used vacuum tubes, large many mainframes developed during the war, notable computers, mechanical calculator, which is Z1 by Konrad Zuse. He's a German guy. At yeah, Atanasov Berry computer, which refers to which is ABC, and you have to know this. First electric digital computer, and Colossus by Alan Turing, UK, used to crack the Nazi military codes Enigma. Mark 1 by Howard Aiken, he's from USA and used by US Navy. First generation computers characteristics: big and clumsy, field wall building, high electricity consumption, which you can see this is the most disadvantage, high failure rate, and electronic numerical integrator and computer ENIAC. And this is important to know. This NIAC refers to electronic numerical integrator and computers. Second generation, it was between 1956 to 1963, used transistors 1 over 10th size of vacuum tubes. The characteristics is faster and smaller than first generation computers. Computers produced less heat, used punch cards for input and output. The journey to modern computers, third generation computers, 1964 to 1970, use integrated circuits, small chip with thousands of transistors. Characteristics increased reliability, smaller size, higher speed, higher efficiency, less electric power, and lower cost. Here we have the fourth generation computers, which is start from 1971 to now, used microprocessors. The creation of microprocessor in 1971, a single silicon chip containing all computational components, fueled the development of PCs. Moore's law, and this is important to know, formulated by Intel co-founder Gordon Moore. And he said, or the Moore's law, it is the number of transistors that can be packed into a silicon chip of the same price would roughly double every 2 years. This is and this is important to know that it may say its price would roughly space every 2 years, so it should double. Or sometimes he can delete this, and he said doubled every what? Every 2 years. Today, microprocessors contain billions of transistors. Now we finish the journey of modern computers. we now um, reach this point in embedded systems. So a microprocessor used component in special purpose computers dedicated to perform specific tasks. For example, traffic light, heart rate monitors, alarm and security system. Most electric machines, TVs, cameras, thermostats, oven, and etc. Embedded devices have their program etched on silicon chip known as firmware. And let us what is firmware. So firmware is firmware is a type of software that controls the low-level operation of a device hardware. It is often embedded within the device's hardware, like computer's motherboard. Okay, many of which cannot be alienated. This is an example of embedded system, machine, cameras, TVs, uh, uh, yeah, mobile phones, robotic, uh, yeah, the robotic arm, you can say PCs, robots, servers. Central computer that provide service to other PCs over the network, and the servers always it is bigger than the PCs. It is more bigger because it's contain it is contain multiple we can say uh, or more storage and memory capacity, and it connected via high-speed network connection. Its faster processing power serves multiple client users simultaneously, time sharing. Supercomputer, a computer with a high level of computing performance, which may consist of a group of servers on one grid, which we call it supercomputer, and it provides critical services such as weather forecasting, climate change, oil gas exploration, nuclear fusion, I don't know how to pronounce it, complex computations, etc. Features. Thousands of cores, microprocessor speeds measured in flops per second. The internet is a vast network. Yeah, after I finish this slide, I will review what I um, what I have explained. I'm sorry, in this chapter, introduction to IT, and uh, I already wrote a notes during the lectures, so I will review it. The Internet is the vast network of connected machines transmitting a wide variety of content enabled by advanced web browser that support new formats. This is a timeline which starts from in 1960, developed in the 1960, used mainly for research till 1980, and WWW, which is refers to World War Wide, developed in the 1990, and 1 billion users in 2005, and it's increased to more than 4.5 billion users in 2020. And we know that of course the number or this number is increasing now. It has increased already. Living with digital technology, institutional computing in 1950, large mainframes for corporate and government experts, personal computing in 1975, millions of PCs for schools and homes, interpersonal computing in 1995, networks connected PCs, internet become public, collaborative computing 2005, smartphones, tablets join the internet, and the web sites encourage collaboration and contribute contribution. We cannot fully imagine what the very near future might look like, and yeah, we have this cars, yeah, this flying, I'm sorry, flying hypercar, and we already seen this. Uh, Actually, we see this in Chinese, uh, some Chinese, we can say scientists um, and engineers. They developed many things in the major of AI and information technology. They made many things. For example, robotics. They made a human robot, and they made an application. It's like Amazon, but the uh, but the delivered machine, or we can say the delivery that happens during this application is done by robots or drone. It is like a drone that deliver the items from the industry to the station. I think because the people uh, when they receive a message uh, that their items uh, is 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 ready to receive or it is delivered in the station, they just uh, they just go there to the station and receive their items. So this crazy thing that happened in China. Like, it looks like that China is living in the 2050 now because they made a lot of things. Uh, yeah, yeah, artificial intelligence, high speed internet in remote areas. I'm going to now open a quick quiz or we can say exercises. So this is class. Uh, this was an exercise during the class. He said third generation computers are better than second generation computers because what? Third generation might just higher speed. It was low cost and consume less power and generate less heat also. But yeah, the following was invented in the 1950 as a replacement for the vacuum tube transistor, of course. WhatsApp recently, and this is important, WhatsApp recently modified its privacy features. A person who is able to protect their security and privacy while using the app can be called what? Can be called a computer literate. And this computer literate we have covered, which is about a person who have the ability and the knowledge uh, of using the internet, of using uh, the the PCs, and how, how he know the or he have the ability to dealing with computers, PCs, applications, anything that related to AI or information technology. The following is a key characteristic of embedded system, which yeah, it is a program. It's shit on chip. This is you have to know. Mainframe computers used during the war can be classified as first generation. First generation. Okay. Time sharing allows multiple users to access service at the same time without any of the users same problem. And this is the full, we can say the full definition of time sharing because The users when they access to the service or the sources, they would not the they will not face any problem even if they use it in the at the same time. This this is very important to know. The Internet has been developed in 1990, while the World uh, Wide has been developed in 1960. I'm sorry, World War Wide. Okay, let me. World Wide Web. I'm sorry. Okay, World Wide Web has been developed. Now, it's not true. Uh, Internet has been developed in 1990s, 1960, while the World Wide Web has been developed in 1990. Okay, in which year website offer user more opportunities to collaborate? It was on 2005. A computer provides service to numerous users simultaneously through the following. This time sharing. Yeah. More. Yeah. Moore's law. That's what we cover, and I told you that there's more important to know about it. States that the number of transistor in the silicon chip would roughly double each 2 years. Double each 2 years is important to know. I will bring my notes now. Let me let me bring my book notes, and I will be here for a second. Okay, so I will just scan scan what I wrote during the lecture. Sorry, the lecture. So I said that IT is application of let me okay. Okay, so I wrote that IT is application of computing devices that we use it nowadays to create data and store it, after that manipulate it and exchange data. Computing devices combine technologies tightly integrated service for community, group, individual, or humanity at large. QR, which is refers to quick response, and this you have to know it. I wrote that that is important to know the journey of the modern computers, as we said, and to know the, for example, ABC, Z1 or ZI, I don't know. Uh, yeah, yeah, and and knowing the inventors, and it is important to know the inventors and their invention, and what I wrote, yeah, and to know the advantage and disadvantage or the characteristics of each generation during the journey of the modern computers. Software is operating system that is in devices. Firmware is etched on the silicon chip. Software can be changed and updated, but firmware cannot be changed, and it will I wrote it will be put in the manuf- manufacturing um, manufacturing time. Okay, time sharing when many users access to the same sources or services at the same time, and it will not affect the users even if they are using the even if they are access to the service or sources at the same time. I draw something is important to know. Yes, this is important to know. But before it, I will just describe something. So here, to understand the timeline with data for internet, for example, this one which is this, and we said that uh, in the in the worldwide web it was 90 yeah 1990. Okay, I will just here explaining. If we have CPU here, right, and this CPU have three tasks, each task here. So this is our CPU. Okay, imagine that this CPU is contains of what of for example, yeah. So this is CPU contains what we call it cores, and you have to know that during the task or doing the tasks in sequence. If you're doing the tasks, these three tasks in sequence, it will take 3 minutes because each task will take 1 minute. That means the whole tasks that we will do it in sequence, it will take 3 minutes. Rather, or whether than if we doing the tasks in parallel because it will take 1 minute. That means doing the tasks in parallel it's much faster than do it in C. Just this point I want to explain it. I just read the end of this lecture. Thank you for watching. Um, I will post my notes on the community of YouTube, uh, which we call, which they call it the community. I will scan my notes and I will upload.